This boy is shaking uncontrollably. He put a pencil in his mouth and bit down hard. But in the end, he still failed and makes some strange sounds. His behavior made his classmates laugh so hard. The teacher glared at him angrily and called him to the front of the class.
I know you think you're the class clown, but I've had it with you.
Can't. What? Help! What? Help it!
That's what you always say. I don't want to hear any more excuses.
The teacher didn't believe his words and made him promise not to make any weird sounds again. But as soon as he returned to his seat, he let out another strange sound. This wasn't something he was faking. This young boy's name is Cohen. Since age 7, he would uncontrollably let out weird sounds. His classmates mocking and bullying him for that. Teachers would always criticize him for it. Even his father thought he was just being disruptive.
Just stop it! Just stop it!
His mother took Cohen to see doctors, but the doctors at the time didn't understand his condition and simply thought Cohen was faking. Not long after, Cohen's parents divorced. Before leaving, his father hugged Cohen's little brother. Cohen stood on the side, hoping he could also get a hug. But after hugging his brother, his father was just about to leave. Cohen had to take the initiative to approach his father, but his father just patted his head and turned to leave. On the other hand, at school, complaints against Cohen grew. The principal called Cohen's mother to the school and advised her to let Cohen study at home.
He can't help.
Sorry, what did you say?
He said he can't help it.
Right.
What if he's telling the truth?
Although no one trusted Cohen, his mother always believed in him. At the end, his mother didn't argue further with the principal and directly took Cohen out of that school. His mother started spending days and nights looking through medical books, hoping to find out what illness Cohen had and how to treat it. Finally, his mother found a clue in a book. It said Cohen had Tourette Syndrome. His mother brought the book to ask doctors again. The doctor admitted his knowledge was lacking, but he was sure there was no cure for this disease. Hearing this news, his mother instantly broke down. She had hoped so much her son could live a normal life, but Cohen comforted his mother.
It's okay, Mom. I'll get through this, all right?
His mother hugged Cohen. Since her son was not discouraged, she would not give up either. She found a support group for people with Tourette Syndrome, hoping to get advice and help from them. After going to the group, they discovered many people with Tourette Syndrome, but their symptoms were not all the same. Some would stamp their feet, some would jerk their neck, some would cough. His mother had wanted her son to learn from them how to live, but she found those people stayed home all day and just complained about society's unfairness at the meetings. Someone even told Cohen's mother she should just keep her son locked up at home. Hearing this, she immediately took Cohen and left because they wouldn't get any help there. Her goal was for Cohen to be as normal as possible, not just complain about society. This little boy would uncontrollably let out strange yells. In the past, he was often bullied by classmates for this condition, and the situation did not improve after he transferred to a new school. His new classmates still mocked and bullied him. The new teachers were still intolerant of him and directly sent him to the principal. The principal stared solemnly at the boy and asked what he thought the purpose of school was. The boy's first reaction was to apologize without answering the question. The principal interrupted him.
To educate, isn't it?
Stop!
To use knowledge to wipe out ignorance.
Afterwards, the principal arranged for him to attend a music concert. Previously, Cohen never went to such events for fear that his yelling would disturb others. As expected, his strange sounds disrupted the venue. Everyone looked at him strangely. After the concert, the principal called Cohen onto the stage. Cohen didn't understand why the principal, who had seemed kind, would punish him like this. On stage, the principal asked Cohen,
Do you like making noises and upsetting people, Brad?
No, sir.
Then why do you do it?
Because I have Tourette Syndrome.
You could control it if you wanted to, right?
No, sir.
Then the principal asked what everyone in school could do to help him. Cohen was a little stunned, because no one had ever thought of helping him before.
I just want to be treated like everybody else.
At this point, there was no more mocking from below the stage. As Cohen walked off the stage with some weird sounds, the students below were completely silent. Then applause broke out. Every student stood up and applauded for Cohen. Teaching is a sacred profession. If a child is fortunate enough to meet a truly good teacher, then his life will be changed because of it. What this principal did planted a seed in the boy's heart and made him decide to help more people in the future. This man is called Cohen. He is tall and handsome and graduated from a famous university. But when he looked for a job, he was rejected 24 times. It turns out Cohen has Tourette Syndrome, which makes him uncontrollably make some strange noises. When he was young, his school principal gave him a lot of help. So when he grew up, he also wanted to become a teacher to help more people. But the schools he interviewed with could not accept a teacher who might make strange noises at any time. Even one principal didn't even look at Cohen's resume. He just asked how he could be a teacher with this condition. Cohen went back to his car and hurt himself, wanting to use pain to suppress his weird noises. But the more he did this, the worse his condition became. Luckily, he had his mother who always supported him. Seeing him feel a bit sorry for himself, his mother said,
It sounds like you're letting Tourette's win.
I am not letting Tourette's win.
Really?
Yes, really. Look, I'm never going to give up. I have to find the right school.
His mother's words encouraged him. He started circling all the schools in the state on a map. He printed many copies of his resume. If the principal wasn't there, he would ask the janitor to pass on his resume. The circles on the map were crossed out one by one. This was already the 25th school. The new school year was about to start for all schools. Cohen felt hopeless. Finally, the school reached out to him. The principal and vice principal were very kind. Not only were they not bothered by Cohen's condition, they even talked with him for 2 hours about educational philosophy. But after the interview, he still wasn't hopeful. During this time, his brother came to visit him. They prepared to play golf, but they were expelled because of Cohen's condition. Cohen didn't say anything, just left with his brother.
How can you stand living in a world where everybody's so ignorant?
After his brother left, Cohen got a call from the school. The principal notified him that he was officially hired, although it was just a 1-year contract to see how he performs. But Cohen was extremely excited and grateful for this opportunity. He took a lot of time to prepare to welcome his first group of students. However, this group of students were all transfers from other classes. They are all troublesome and disruptive kids. In the first class, Cohen didn't teach the textbook content. Instead, he honestly told the students about his own condition and said they could feel free to ask any questions. One boy asked if this disease is contagious. Cohen smiled and said no. One girl asked if he could go into movie theaters. Cohen smiled and said yes, but he would get kicked out. Another young girl asked if he could eat. Cohen said anything normal people can do, he can do too, except one thing.
Mr. Cohen can never play hide and go seek.
Cohen won over the kids with his passion and energy. But after seeing this strange teacher, the parents started whispering among themselves. The next day, a father wanted his child transferred out of his class. That girl really liked Cohen's class. After transferring, whenever Cohen taught, she would stand next to the door. Cohen felt bad for her, but there was nothing he could do. In addition, there was a problem child in his class. All the teachers didn't want to accept him. One teacher specifically warned him. The boy had many issues and was completely unsuitable for learning. She suggested Cohen just expel him. Cohen had heard the same words too many times when he was young. Many teachers had also wanted him expelled. So now he would not treat that boy the same way. He patiently reached out and talked to the boy. The boy told him he had hated reading since he was little. Cohen said he actually also hated reading. Every child with Tourette syndrome has problems concentrating. To let the boy experience it himself, Cohen had the boy start reading, while he imitated how a child with Tourette's reads next to him. The boy said, "Wow, it's so difficult for you. Compared to you, reading is pretty easy for me." Under Cohen's guidance, the young boy started reading attentively. Soon after, Cohen noticed a little girl in his class was losing more and more hair. The girl cheerfully explained to her teacher,
It's just short because of the medicine. Bye.
Cohen's expression instantly froze. The girl's mother told him the little girl had leukemia. The chemotherapy was making her hair fall out more and more. She also said the happiest thing for the girl recently was learning in her teacher's class. Cohen felt bad for the little girl, but could only force a smile as he said goodbye to her. A few weeks later, the girl left this world. Cohen was invited to attend the girl's funeral, but when he got to the church entrance, he was worried his weird noises would ruin the funeral. But the girl's mother insisted he go in.
You made such a huge difference in Heather's life. You were her favorite teacher. Please don't leave without saying goodbye to her.
And so Cohen entered the funeral making noises and all, but not a single person looked down on him, because everyone knew this strange teacher had warmed the little girl's last journey of life. Back at school, after a comprehensive evaluation, he was named Teacher of the Year for the state. The teachers and students applauded for him. At the awards ceremony, he made noises on stage for a long time as usual. Then he said his Tourette Syndrome was his best teacher. This movie is adapted from Brad Cohen's true story. Everyone who has been defeated by frustration or wants to give up should watch this film. What doesn't kill you only makes you stronger.